Okay, David, let's go ahead and take a look at your week one drawings. I like what I'm seeing here, and I like where your brain is going. I can, we've got an actual decent sense of proportion going on here with the shape of the head and the way the features, fall. We might be slightly larger on some of them. Students tend to draw their eyes a little bit on the large side, and therefore the mouth tends to be a little bit larger too because they look at, the proportion of their mouth to their eyes. And so then they're kind of basing it off that because usually people end up starting with the eyes. Uh, but we're getting there, and we're going to really start to fine tune these features. I want you to start thinking about shadows as well. And I see you kind of are starting to get a little sense of that. Let me zoom in a little bit. Here we go. Here on the nose, you're starting to think that hey, maybe lines are not what always delineates shapes. Maybe the transition from light to dark is, and especially to give us that kind of depth and realness of shapes, and how this, our face isn't just a flat entity, and we have to do that with light and shadow. And so I want to see you experiment with that a little bit more, down here around the neck to kind of give us the sense that, the head and the face is protruding past where the neck and chest are, right? But some nice sense of detail here. You've got a nice, soft, clean quality to your line, and I like seeing that. Same thing goes with the hand. I like where your brain is going. I like that you're thinking, that little bone that sticks out of our wrist right there. We might be a little bit too protruding there, or this maybe, maybe this part of the hand needs to kind of come up and be a little bit more curved and wider, because this is, it's a little bit goofy, and the sense of, how this relates to this. But I like that you're thinking about that already, and you're thinking about, the difference in knuckles and all of that. So we want to start really thinking about these small parts that make up the whole. So how each finger has, 3 knuckles to it, right? And how do each of those bend and move, and how do they relate to each other, and then shading as well. But nice start here. Really lovely job. I think, especially if we're not using a ruler, we've got some nice, pretty clean, straight lines here. And, we tend to, when we can't use a ruler and we're trying to draw straight lines, make them real sketchy. And it works in certain drawings. So, if you were to use a ruler, we would want to see these to be real nice and crisp. So just, thinking about how different line qualities work with different types of drawings is really smart. So I'm glad to see you thinking about that. And really nice job here. This is just a fun little activity. I like what I'm seeing, so I like your own marks, and thank you for including your viewfinders. So I think you're off to a good start. We've got some stuff to work on, but that's why we're here, and I'm really excited to see where we go in the next 8 weeks.